All right, bows and bow ties. So look, yeah, so basically what I did was I set things up at home and then I drove to my location. Let me make sure my door's locked before people try to interrupt me while I'm in the middle of doing my situation. So look, while I'm waiting, my kids are at a drills thing for basketball. So look, I was minding my own blackety black business. Okay. I was hoping I can pull this up. I suck as a person. So I got home, did my thing. I saw that I was getting all these notifications. So I picked up my little TikTok thing and I just happened to see Oprah was on CBS. And let me just bring up my thumbnail real quick because Oprah is bugging right now. Like, let me see. Can you guys see this? Okay. Oprah is a gas lighter. Okay. Oprah knows she needs to stop now. Look, Oprah took herself on to CBS with some other guy. They were talking about some book or something. I don't know. I don't care. And there was this young man. Now, unfortunately, because I'm tacky, I thought I uploaded the actual video. And so right now, I'm having to connect. I'm running a hotspot through my phone, and the video will not airdrop to my iPad. So you're going to hear the audio of what happened. Okay. So Oprah took herself on CBS, and we're going to play it through my car. Let me know. Hey, if you guys can hear this when I play it, just let me know. Or if you can't, let me know. Now, this is what I'm running this from TikTok. This is the video. Okay, I couldn't airdrop it to myself. I guess I don't have enough bandwidth, whatever. Check this out.
Hawaii wildfires and the efforts to help those in need. The People's Fund of Maui.
Oprah,
I want to shift gears a little bit and turn to the Hawaii wildfires and the efforts to help those in need. The People's Fund of Maui was created by you and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, in which you both poured time, effort, and millions to kick it off yourselves, yet and still it faced online criticism. I want to give you the opportunity to kind of give your thoughts on that.
Well, this is a really great point about being happier in the midst of an onslaught of being terrorized and vilified online.
Okay, let's stop right there. Stop right there. Now, look, there's a slight delay between my phone and this and the whole bunch of situations. Let's stop right there. She said she was vilified. I can kind of somewhat agree. Terrorized? I'm like, wait a second. Somehow she has found a way to center herself while these people are in the middle of trying to literally find loved ones. They can't even identify bodies because they are charred beyond recognition. There are people who lost their homes. They are struggling to eat. I'm just like, it has got to be great living in Oprah's world. Now listen to this. Let me keep playing this.
I came out of this experience, I was saying this to Arthur this morning, with so much more compassion for young kids, because I was thinking, what if I didn't really know who I am? What if I didn't have the assurance?
I was like, did you hear? Oprah is bugging. Hold on. Let me throw something up real quick because I did throw this up. Let me see. I prepared this. Gaslighting. It is a form of psychological manipulation in which the abuser attempts to sow self-doubt and confusion in their victims' minds. Now, I am not a victim, however, she is basically gaslighting those who have been, or basically survivors of the situation, and also people who are calling out the shenanigans. Now, previously, I've done a couple of videos. There's the one where I was like, okay, why is this not showing? There was the one that I did with the whole Coach Prime and Prime Time and the girl who got knocked in the head with the brick. And then there was the previous one where she totally was basically NILing Dwayne The Rock Johnson. She was using his name, image, and likeness. Okay, she's like, well, you're Samoan, and the people on the island of Maui, they're Samoan too, right? You know what? surely if I bring you up, they'll listen to me. Now, if you're not understanding why I'm just calling it out for what it is, and I'm going to play the rest of this. The biggest issue I had was Oprah and The Rock, who's now allowing himself to be pimped out, his NIL to be pimped out, right? You know, they decided we are going to each donate $5 million into this thing called the Maui Fund. And I was like, what is happening right now? Because they're like, oh, yeah, we want to get this money into the hands of those who are affected by it. But I'm like, you know, not everybody is a dumb dumb. Okay, because when you donate money, when you create these charitable funds, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm back. So when you, you create these funds, right? Okay, I'm back. So look, when you donate to these tax things, right? Like I mean these charities or whatever, what happens is you get like a tax deduction, you get a tax break. So this money isn't necessarily going into the hands of the people. So what happens is this money has to go to those who are probably putting this money in like some sort of escrow account or something like that. There's a lot of things that have to happen with this money, right? So you got to have people managing it. You got to put it in some sort of escrow or something. Now, I'm not a tax person, but you understand the point I'm making. There's administration that goes into it, which isn't necessarily bad. And then you get a tax break, and you're talking about putting the money in the hands of the people. I'm like, take that 10 million and put it in the hands of the people, and don't worry about being. See, like you should be more altruistic. Instead, they're trying to set up this whole fund, which in theory sounds good, but at the end of the day, it's not getting into the hands of people. The people, I say directly give it. You have 2.5, according to Google, $1 billion. The Rock has, I think, 800 million or something like that. I don't know what the real number is. What I do know is it's millions more than what I have. Okay. So what I'm saying is you've got all these people who are sitting there on the struggle bus. And not only that, Oprah continues to purchase acres upon acres upon acres of land. So I've seen several numbers. I've seen 1,000, I've seen 2,000, I've seen an additional 300 acres. So now, keep in mind, she already shaded the F out of people. Let me just back this up just a teeny bit, just a little link, 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 link. Let me play this again. Now let's hear the rest of this.
Because I was thinking, what if I didn't
Whoops.
really know who I am? What if I didn't have the assurance of Invictus, that I am the master of my own fate and the captain of my soul? If
It would have taken you down.
it would have taken, it will take you out. So all of the online, being
Slander and
slammed,
attacks,
lies, conspiracy theories, really took the focus off of what was the most important thing, and that was the people.
Okay, so this is why I'm saying she's gaslighting. Look, Oprah, I don't know who you think you're talking to, because you're saying it took the focus of getting the money into the hands of the people, yet you're not getting that money into the hands of the people. Maybe some of it went, because later on she says like 2,200 people have been verified. What I'm saying is these people need to get that money, not the fund. At what point do we say F the fund if we can verify people, but ultimately I'm not going to worry about a tax break. I just want to go ahead and take care of these people. Number two, I think this was a massive deflection. Massive deflection. Because what she's trying to do is deflect from the fact that she has acres upon acres upon acres of land, of which the elite, the wealthy people, all of their land and their estate just miraculously remained like unharmed. Okay, let me just put my little banner up for a second. Allegedly. So the wealthy, their land is fine. It's all the poor people who couldn't even afford their ancestral homeland in the first place. They're displaced. So now she is sitting there gobbling up all this land, calling everybody conspiracy theorists and stuff like that. I'm like, you will not gaslight me, honey. Again, gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which the abuser attempts to sow self-doubt and confusion in their victim's mind. Now, let me just say this. Let me get back to this because she knows she is out to lunch.
This idea came about because, as you know, when you were there, Tony, I was on the ground talking to lots of people, trying to figure out how do I best help. In the beginning, it was just, material things, dropping off generators and towels. And then I started talking to people. People really wanted their own agency. Gail's son, Will, sent me an article about Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton in 2017 during the wildfires in Gatlinburg started a people's fund. She called it My People's Fund. She had a concert. She raised $12.5 million. And then
I just want to stop right here for a second. Two things. Number one, you notice there's a lot of I, okay? And I did this, and I was on the ground floor, and I did this, because what she's doing is she's martyring herself. She's turning herself into some sort of martyr, like I did all this work for the poor people of Maui. I was on the ground. And then what she's doing is she's trying to, it's almost as if she's trying to borrow social currency by attaching her name to Dolly Parton, because Dolly Parton likes to apparently give a whole lot of money or whatever. And so there's so much deflection on I'm trying to be like Dolly Parton, what Dolly Parton did during the wildfires, and she got the money into the hands of the people, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? Just get the money into the hands of the people. It's really that simple. So, like, you may be pulling the wool over the eyes of some, but not me. Now, let me make this clear. Do I think she's still, I guess, trying to do a good thing? Yes, but there's some of the caveats. And I know people will jump and say, oh, you can't, it doesn't matter what you do. People are just going to hate. I'm like, you can call me whatever you want. I'm just seeing it for what it is. I'm like, you know what? At what point do we say, you know what, this $5 million that I'm donating is a drop in the bucket, and maybe I won't worry about getting a tax break. I'm just going to because I've got millions, and I'm just going to get this into the hands of the people right there. I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to worry about a tax write-off. I'm not going to worry about this official fund. If you want to go through some sort of verification thing, that's totally fine. But I was just kind of like, you can miss me with that. She's got a lot of nerve, and there's a lot of people, I think, may not catch that, but I'm like, I caught it, Oprah.
Gave it to the people, $1,000 a month. I thought, whoa, that's the idea. Yeah. So
getting the money into the hands of the people.
Directly into the hands of the people. Right so now, to set up the infrastructure for that, The Rock and his team and my team, we were literally on I don't know how many Zooms to set up the infrastructure for the verification process to be able to drop money into people's accounts. And we thought, because both of us have given to charities our whole life. I've been giving to charity since my first paycheck, a tither. And still do that.
Okay, so now here we go.
So we thought she's back starting the fund with $10 million.
So she's back to talking about, because I've given to charity, and I am all about charity, and I've been doing it since, before I was born, and then when I was in the womb, and then after I was born, and then when I first had my first paycheck. And I'm just kind of like, what is happening? Oh, I've got stuff coming in on YouTube. I don't know if it's for what I'm doing right now or if this is for a post on another video. But I'm sitting here thinking, like, wait a second. You're going to sit here and censor yourself. You're going to say, I have been doing this, and I have been doing that, and I. You know what should have happened right here? This is what should have happened. And I'm not a public relations person. She should have said, hey, look, I am sorry. Maybe I missed the mark. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to get this money into the hands of the people. Maybe I didn't do it swiftly or whatever it is, but please just charge it to the mind and not the heart. Ultimately, I just want to get this money into the hands of the people, and I thought this might have been the best vehicle to do that. And maybe I didn't get it right or anything. But to sit there and to try to convince people how you are like this really good person, and then to align yourself with Dolly Parton, and then to take a shot at not just young people, but anyone who's basically saying, like, what is happening now? You're asking the regular masses to basically donate money, and you've got people right now who are struggling to put food on the table, to put gas in the car, to keep a roof over their head. And then you've got the people of Maui who are sitting there like, right now you have thousands of acres or whatever it is. Can we just pitch a tent or something on your property until we can secure housing? Can people help us with food? Where can we go where we can send our children to temporary schools just so they can have, for this moment in time, this break, and they can not think about what's happening at home, and they can go to school and get educated. So, or maybe I can have a place to lie my head and have clear thoughts, so now I can figure out how I'm going to identify my loved one, or at least come to some sort of come to terms with the fact that I'm not going to be able to find my loved one, identify my loved one. You know what I mean? Like she just made this all about herself. She's basically trying to martyr herself. Like, I've done this since as long as I could. And it's just so much vitriol. Like, she just doesn't even get it. This woman is delusional and out of touch, like every other millionaire and billionaire and jillionaire.
Would be a great idea, because any of us who've ever been to any benefit, you know, you go to a benefit and somebody gives $10 million, that's called a good night.
Right.
So we thought $10 million, we'll start off the fund, we'll do what Dolly did, get other people to give money, and then we'll put it directly into the people's bank accounts. I was so excited. I was so excited about it.
It's still a good idea.
And then I got up the next
morning. Should be.
Yeah, I was so excited. I got up the next morning and I saw all of this vitriol, and I was like, whoa, what happened here? So this is what I want to say. I want to say that, you know, I think in the beginning, so many people were calling, asking, where do we give our money to? Where? So I thought, I'm going to give people a place. We're going to create something. And I still think it's a really strong idea.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton was right. Putting money directly into the hands of the people is a significant thing. And the model that's been created, I will say that as of today, 2,200 people have been cleared and verified. And those people are going to get a notice from the People Fund of Maui and going to have the money.
And it's working. It made me deeply mad. It made you deeply sad.
It made me sad that we're at this state in our country, you know?
Right. Yeah. No, everything leads to this kind of polarization, even serving other people. But here's the point. Here's Oprah's point.
Okay, this is the thing. Aligning herself with Dolly Parton and talking about, well, 10 million is a great night. $10 million for really rich people, although that's a lot of money, but for really, really, really rich people is not a lot of money. And my thing is, $10 million raised for the people of Maui. Give it to the people of Maui, not your fund. You understand what I mean? Because now you've got to manage that. And I'm not saying you can't find people. You've got plenty of rich people who can come in there and help manage that for free. Or you can just, look, I'm being petty about it, but you can verify these people and say you will get a Venmo, a Venmo amount to your account. I don't know. I'm saying that facetiously, right? But you get my point. I'm just like, give it to the people. Come out with 2 bands, a stack, 2 stacks. Like, what are you saying right now? Oprah needs to stop. And then this is the thing that tickles me. Of course, you know, Oprah goes on, what was it, CBS Morning Show, because her good friend, Gail is there, right? So, you know, Gail probably told these people, allegedly, I'm guessing, hey, you cannot go hard at my friend Oprah, or she will never come back here. If you want me to use my clout to bring her here, you will be nice. So now everybody's like, oh yeah, I think it's a great idea. You know what? And it's just this, that, and the other. And they're just basically kissing her hind parts. See, I could never be on like a panel like that, because I would say something like, look, although ultimately it can do good, but surely, whether that was your intention or not, you do understand the optics of this. You're asking people who are in dire straits to donate to the fund that you created. When you have a vested interest in what's happening in Maui, you and all your rich friends like Zuckerberg and Bezos, whatever, buying up all this land. These people are like, this is our ancestral land. And not only now are you guys buying it up, we don't even have any of it because we've been burned out of it, and it is out of our price range. So now you know what's going to happen. You know the cost of the land is going to plummet, and it's going to allow for all of these bajillionaires to go in and purchase up larger quantities of it. Some sick people. I don't care what anybody says. You can call me a conspiracy theorist. I don't care. It's almost done.
Take your time, your money, your resources, your life, and you give the love that other people need, especially in their times of need. That is the secret of happiness.
Yeah.
Because happiness is love.
Oprah, I want to shift gears a little bit and turn to the Hawaii wildfires.
All right.
Efforts to
So
help
it's
those
just
in
basically
need. The People's Fund of Maui.
okay, so it's just basically recycling back to the beginning. So look, I don't expect people to understand where I'm coming from. I don't expect people to agree. I'm just calling a thing a thing. I'm calling a thing a thing. She is out of control. I'm not buying it. She's basically gaslit. I can't believe she had the nerve to sit there and say, like, you know, I mean, she was basically proud of the fact that she knows who she is, because a lot of these young people don't. I'm like, wait a second. The one thing about young people, although they can be like total ding dongs, because all of us were ding dongs at some point, you know, especially this current crop, you know, because they got all kinds of identity issues now. But the one thing about these young people is that they are socially aware. Now, do they go to the extreme on some things? Absolutely. But what you don't do is go out of your way to insult the people that you want to prop up your fund. Let's be clear. You don't insult the people that you want to help fund the Maui Fund. You got to source from these people. Anyway, I just wanted to just say what I had to say. I wish I could have uploaded it so you could see this video versus through me trying to show it through my phone, which was tacky. But you look, stop judging me. I had to make do. I thought it was uploaded when I left out of my house. I didn't upload. I was a dumb. I uploaded it to my computer and did not upload to my iPad so that I could just run it from my iPad. Anyway, Oprah needs to stop the shenanigans. She is still shenaniganing out here. And she doesn't get it. Like, she just completely, she cannot read the room because she's too busy centering herself. Shut up, Oprah. Shut up. I'll give you my phone number. 1-800-555-STFD. That's not what I really want to say. All right, let me come on out of here because I don't want to say anything else that's going to make me sound even more tackier than what I am. Go ahead and subscribe. Leave a comment.